Welcome to today's celebration of the class of 2020. We are pleased to have so many members of the class, along with families, friends, alumni, faculty, and staff joining us today. We are very, very proud of the class of 2020. You will forever hold a special place in the history of Davidson College, and that's because you are extraordinary and remarkable. Every word you hear today comes from the heart, and I am honored and fortunate to be amongst the first to say to you, congratulations. I am now pleased to introduce Caroline Roddey. Caroline is the president of the class of 2020. In addition to her role as senior class president, Caroline served as a senator through the student government. She co-founded and served as president of Davidson's Planned Parenthood Generation Action chapter, and she sang with the Nuances a cappella group all 4 years, including 1 year as their president. Caroline majored in political science and minored in Hispanic studies. She followed in her family's Wildcat footprints to Davidson. Her parents and one grandfather are all Davidson alumni. After Davidson, Caroline will chart her own path as a social and economic policy research assistant for ABT Associates in the Washington, D.C. area. Please help me welcome Caroline Roddey.
Hi, class of 2020, families, faculty, staff, and friends. While I wish I could be with all of you right now on Chambers Lawn, I'm so glad that we're getting to share this moment together right now, even if virtually, and I look forward to the day when we are able to come together again and continue this celebration of all our achievements. I'm really grateful to the people who have made this virtual ceremony possible and who continue to work to ensure that we have an incredible and memorable celebration together in the future. I've spent a lot of time over the past few weeks reflecting on what has made Davidson so special over the past 4 years, and I realized that primarily it was you, my classmates. I have to admit something for my classmates who don't already know. I was a pretty active member in the class of 2020 GroupMe back in the day. I was overly excited to get to know my classmates, and I couldn't wait to get to Davidson. But from day one on GroupMe, it became very clear that I was joining a very special group of people. I felt that even more when we sat on the basketball court at our welcome ceremony, and President Quillen listed off the accomplishments of our peers, and we all looked around like, whoa, these people are really cool. I assumed that this excitement over being a part of such an amazing class would eventually fade as we settled into our friend groups and our majors, but to this day, I can easily say that my expectations for our community have been exceeded by you all. The situation that we find ourselves in right now is the latest challenge that our class has had to overcome. We had no idea what our next 4 years would look like when we all jumped for our 2020 picture. We entered freshman year into one of the most tumultuous semesters possible. We waited outside at 5 a.m. for tickets to see Steph. We were witnesses to the beautiful chaos that was the Lil Yachty concert of spring 2017. But from entering into the craziness of the fall of 2016 to finishing our time by doing our classes remotely for the first time ever, our class has stepped up to the challenge at hand and taken really tough situations as an opportunity to stand up for what's right. You can see what I mean from what members of our class have done since we left campus. Our peers have taken on projects to 3D print PPE for healthcare workers, organized fundraisers to help with the expenses of families in their communities who have been affected by this pandemic, anonymously donated their refunds back to Davidson to support their peers, and I'm sure quietly played a role in their community and will do so much more. And for those of you who have spent the majority of the past couple of months splitting the time between your bed and your couch like me, we still managed to finish our final semester online, and that's a huge accomplishment in and of itself. While, like all of you, I still feel a lot of sadness and nostalgia over the loss of the majority of our spring semester, I'm comforted in knowing that I had the past 3.75 years with all of you. I am proud to be a part of what must be Davidson's best and possibly most iconic graduating class ever. I can't wait for the class of 2020 to continue to leave its mark on Davidson at our in-person ceremony, and I hope that I'll see as many of you as possible again on Chambers Lawn. And now we have a special tribute performance to remind you of our childhood. This piece is performed by the Davidson College Jazz Ensemble and conducted by Bill Lawing, all while at home during this pandemic. Enjoy.
Thank you to the Jazz Ensemble and Professor Bill Lawing for that fun piece. I have the privilege of announcing this year's student recipient of the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award. This is an award presented at commencement to one student and one community member of noble character who have acted as humble servants to others by putting service before self-interest. The award aims to recognize fine spiritual qualities practically applied to daily life and is usually presented to persons who have given unselfish service without due recognition. While we will have a more formal presentation during the on-campus commencement ceremony to be held at a later time, we are pleased to recognize the student recipient today. Usually there's a bit of suspense. I start reading the accomplishments of the award recipient and don't give the name until the very end. The senior selected never seems to know that it's them, and they have to squeeze out of their seat and walk down the aisle to the stage. This year, I will announce the name of the award recipient first, and I invite you at home to send congratulatory text messages and social media messages as I read the student's many, many accomplishments. At the recommendation of the Faculty Honorary Degrees Committee, the faculty unanimously, and I might add enthusiastically, voted to award this year's Algernon Sidney Sullivan Student Award to Emily Duvall. Emily served at Crisis Assistance Ministries and the Salvation Army Center of Hope in Charlotte, helping people who are experiencing financial crises and homelessness. On campus, Emily has been a passionate advocate for the Lilibel Houston Resource Center. Emily helped lead the Davidson Ecumenical Weekly College Worship Service through scripture, music, and other community building activities. As a Questbridge Scholar and Bonner Scholar, Emily was a literacy mentor at Collingswood Language Academy, which helps dual language students with comprehension and literacy. Emily also helped develop personalized lessons for students in the LearnWorks program at the Ada Jenkins Center and interned with the Freedom Schools, delivering lessons to K-12 students. Emily has also given time to Room at the Inn, which offers a way for people of faith to become directly involved with individuals who are at risk for homelessness. Emily did all of this while balancing a demanding academic schedule, building and nurturing friendships across campus, and preparing for her post-Davidson goal of becoming a bilingual educator. Please join me in congratulating Emily Duvall, Davidson College class of 2020, this year's Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award student recipient. And now, please help me welcome President Carol Quillen.
Hello, class of 2020 and friends. I'm happy to be here with you to share in this celebration of an amazing group of young people. Today is not what you expected. It's not the day any of us expected. For me, there was no 5 a.m. weather call or emergency sod replacement. For you, no frantic search for your robe or sprint to Lilly Gallery or last-minute trip to the restroom. For families and friends, no rushing to get seats in the shade or worries about whether the camera would function. Pretty much everything that would normally have happened today, we have postponed. You want and deserve the chance to celebrate in person, on campus, ideally outside on a beautiful day like today, with music and flags and a procession through a corridor of cheering professors and your name correctly pronounced ringing throughout the campus. And we will do that. We will have a commencement ceremony. There might even be a speech. Today is not that ceremony. And at the same time, this day really matters. Today, each of you is a Davidson College graduate. You have earned a Bachelor of Arts or a Bachelor of Science degree. That is cause for celebration and rejoicing. Congratulations, it's an amazing accomplishment. We love you and we're all so proud of you. My pride and gratitude has grown by leaps and bounds in the past several weeks since the afternoon of March 12th. That's the moment when you all learned that your spring semester would be nothing like what you had planned, hoped for, and had every right to expect. All over campus, in the library and the union, sitting outside of Wall and in the Wildcat Den, the sense of loss was palpable. You could literally feel it. It was as if all the things that now wouldn't happen fell out of the future and landed on your shoulders. The magnitude, the sheer weight of it was overwhelming. Now, you could have spent the rest of the semester in this place of loss, wishing for things you couldn't have and lamenting things that could not be. Loss is like that. When my late husband Ken died in 2007, I spent many, many months longing for my life back. I kept his stuff, especially this one kind of Flair pen that he really liked and that was no longer available. I had to let go of wanting that life, our beautiful life, before I could see who I could be in this world, what I could contribute with him no longer here, because he wasn't coming back. Letting go is hard. It is really hard. And you all did that. You looked around, you saw things for what they were, and you got to work. You found new routines and new ways of completing courses, working with our amazing professors to reimagine lab research, projects, presentations, and recitals. You premiered a play and shared your art through concerts and cold open. You virtually recruited incoming students and supported teammates and friends. At a very stressful time, some of you learned to live with your families again, and others learned to live far, far away from them. You worked to help those most vulnerable, tutoring children, delivering food, making masks. Even in your profound disappointment, you modeled integrity and discipline, creativity and humane instincts. The spring semester you had to let go would have been something. The one you built and lived, that was truly extraordinary. We face an uncertain future. There's so much we can't know, and not knowing fuels our fear. It's perhaps tempting in these circumstances to long for individual invincibility and to shore ourselves up by mocking the weakness of others. I urge you with all my strength to take a different path and to see in these hard, hard days evidence of our shared human vulnerability. We can all be hurt. Accept this, accept your own human vulnerability, and you can live courageously and with compassion, open to the world and its vast wonders, knowing that it is not a safe or simple place. You can sing like you don't need the money, even when you do. You can love like you'll never get hurt, even though you will. You can dance like nobody's watching, when, of course, everybody is. Acknowledge your vulnerability, your incomprehension in the face of tragedy, your anxiety about disappointing those you love, the feeling of not being good enough, and you will find common ground with others that no one else can see. You will use your experience to make this planet safer, more just, and more humane for everyone. And we at Davidson, we will watch you with joy-filled hearts, grateful beyond measure for the gift of you in the world. Earlier, I mentioned plans for all of us to gather on campus for a huge commencement celebration. This is one thing we can and will do. We really want each of our seniors to have the chance to return from no matter where they are. This is a big undertaking, and I know a lot of you worry that you won't be able to afford the trip. That worry is over thanks to the Davidson College trustees. Every member of the Davidson Board of Trustees has personally contributed, and together they have committed $200,000 to help with travel costs for those graduates who need it. We'll provide details later, but we wanted you to know this now. We're doing all that we can to ensure that every single one of you can return to campus to be together for our 2020 commencement celebration. I hope I see you all there. And now I want you to do something that marks this singular day of May 17th. Turn around and look behind you at the past. Hold on to what matters and leave there what you no longer need. Now look to the left and the right at the present with all its challenges and promise. See this world. Love it for what it is and even more for what it could become. Now look ahead of you, far ahead of you, and imagine the world that could be. And now move one step toward it. Congratulations to the Davidson College class of 2020. I look forward to seeing you all back on campus soon.
There's a mountain we are climbing, another day of trying, on roads that keep rewinding, our time has come to walk on through the fire and rise up even higher, through windows of desire, we chase the sun. And these days always will last. Don't try holding us back, 'cause nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us. 'Cause these are our days.
Hi, I'm Dylan Glenn, and I'm a member of the class of 1991 at Davidson College. And I'm also president of the Davidson College Alumni Association Board of Directors. So let me be one of the first to wish you a heartfelt and hearty congratulations to our class of 2020 on this your graduation day. We're so proud of you. We're so thrilled for you. We're so thrilled about your future. Congratulations, class of 2020. Go get them.
Congratulations. You've all done so well these last few years for yourselves, your friends and families, and communities all over the world. Well done, and I wish you all the best in your futures. Go Cats.
Congratulations, class of 2020. My name is Malia Dixon from the class of 2018, and I just wanted to say that despite the grief and disappointment of this semester, I'm so proud of you, and I know the Davidson Alumni Network is so excited to welcome you guys into our family.
Class of 2020, it is my great privilege to congratulate you on this commencement day. Please keep in touch. You're all going to make the world a better place, and we are so proud of you. Cheers.
You've made it. Here for the nights spent late in the library, the days at the lab, and for the times in which you thought you almost wouldn't make it through. You're here. Relish in this moment. And I know this is not the ideal situation, but enjoy it. Soak it in, step outside, and take a photo. Because remember, it's always a great day to be a Wildcat.
I just want to say congratulations to the Davidson College class of 2020. I know this isn't the commencement you guys plan on having this year, but don't let that take away from this huge accomplishment. I know each and every one of you will go on to do great things. Go Cats!
Congrats to the class of 2020 on graduating. You're entering into a special alumni community that's always here for you whenever you need it. Stay safe and good luck on your journeys ahead.
I've been so impressed by how you all have continued to support each other despite the physical distance, and the resilience of the class of 2020 does not go unnoticed. We're all so proud of you for this incredible achievement. Congratulations, Cats.
Congratulations, class of 2020. You did it. May you take with you what you cherished. May you leave behind what you no longer need and go out and serve this big world.
Davidson class of 2020, congratulations. You should be proud. We're so proud of you. I hope you enjoy today and the rest of your life as a Davidson alum. Welcome.
To the Davidson class of 2020, I just want to tell you that despite a global pandemic, despite the challenges that the world is facing right now, you are ready. And I just want you to go out there and change the world for the better. That's what Davidson graduates do, and you are now ready to take on the world. Best of luck. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Hey, I just want to shout out the entire graduating class of 2020 from Davidson College. I remember every single moment and experience that I had on campus, and as you enter the new stage and journey in your life, carry every single lifelong bond that you've made, every lesson that you've learned, and go and impact the world. You guys are ready for this new stage. I know this is a very unprecedented time right now, but we are here to support you, to root you guys on, and all love for my Wildcats. So congratulations again on an amazing accomplishment, a job well done, well deserved. All the best. Talk to you guys later.
'Cause nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us. 'Cause these are our days. Let life always burn bright. We have one chance to shine. These days will be our best. Don't try holding us back, 'cause nothing's gonna stop us.